afraid of having a stereotypical sound? Do you want to try a mainstream producer or extreme one?
Well, we chose to work with Sasha again because we were in a difficult period with not having a drummer, no record company, and we knew that working with him always leads to a good product. But for this album we explicitly asked him to make a different mix, because you can hear a difference in the sound of the album compared to the first two albums, because it's a little bit more rough mix. It's not so sweet and how do you say, like really perfect. So, but we never know what we're going to do for the other album. So far, working with them, with the Kid Studio and Sasha, Miro and Amanda worked out really well. But we don't know how we're going to do it for the future. But for this album it felt right and we were happy with the end result.
You talk about Miro and Sasha, but you have participated to a project with us. It's the Heina. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
This is the CD where I discovered your voice. And can you tell about this project, because there is no lot of publicity on this, and there is a tower, there is a suit, or...
Well, for the Aina project, that's a really long time ago I did that. We were in the studio recording, I think it was Consigned to Oblivion? Yeah, okay. And I was asked to do a little performance because it was all arranged by Transmission Records. It was the idea of Hans from Transmission Records, so he wanted me on the album. But the album was already almost finished, so they wrote one vocal line for me to sing, and I did it. But Aina was never like a huge priority of Transmission Records, and there are some problems with the people who wrote the album and with Transmission Records. Transmission Records doesn't exist anymore, so I don't know if they will reprint some of the CDs. So it's a little bit. It's a really nice CD and it deserved more publicity. Unfortunately, it didn't work out like that.
In a former interview for Radio Metal, you declared that the album was dedicated to Theo van Gogh. Can you tell us more?
Yeah, Theo van Gogh is, how do you say, a Dutch provocateur. He wrote, he made Dutch movies, he wrote columns in newspapers, and he was a guy with a very strong opinion about the Islamic culture, about the women. They were less worthy than the males, and he also made a very explicit movies about Islamic women, and he got murdered by a Muslim on the streets, I think 3 years ago. It was very sudden, and he was a guy who spoke his mind, and he was not talking crap. He could be sometimes a little bit arrogant, but it was just a very sad thing that he got killed. And one song on the album, Safeguard to Paradise, is dedicated to him.
As an artist, how did you react to this murder and for Dying by Darrell?
Yeah, that's really weird. I don't know the whole story behind the Dying by Darrell murder, but when you are a musician or an artist in any way, a writer, you have you express your opinion, and sometimes not everybody is waiting to hear your opinion or can get offended, and that there are people in this world who are crazy enough to just kill somebody else for letting them know their opinion. That's a little bit scary, because our lyrics are also not about the birds and the bees, but what we try to do is let people think about what we write, and we don't force them to believe what we believe. And that is something which is very important, not to force people to do anything.
Are you afraid sometimes of your statute, of your fame?
No, Epica is not so big yet that we need really security bodyguards, so only in Brazil and Mexico, because there are so many people who want to touch you and stuff. But for me, being the singer of the band, it is a little bit harder, because everybody wants something of you, because you are the face of the band, you do the interviews, you are on the posters and stuff, and the only thing which is sometimes hard is that you don't have so much privacy, although you